In today's training, I will be walking you through how to have a conversation with your client using Voyant about saving money for retirement. In the case that we're looking at today, we have Claudia Moreno, and she is in her late 30s. She currently has a retirement living expense goal of $50,000, which is about what she is currently spending annually. So she'd like to keep her standard of living with a added travel goal of $8,000. Claudia is currently employed, receiving about $110,000 per year with a general investment account of $10,000. She's not currently making any contributions to this account, and she does have a 401k that she is contributing to. So taking a look at Claudia's plan really quickly, just scrolling over the bars in the chart during the pre-retirement phase, I can see the black line is going to reflect her total need in these years. That includes expenses for living, contributions, and taxes. So she currently has about $6,600 per year going into those 401k contributions and a surplus income in that first year of $16,381. You can see that changing over time as things grow in the plan. What I would like to do first to get an idea of what we might suggest to Claudia is I'm going to create a what if scenario where we save more. I'm going to create this plan. And I am going to go first to our Insights tab in this plan. So the first thing I'm going to do is run an annual savings insight. And you can see here it's giving us a figure of $8,731 annually. What this tells us is that in the pre-retirement years, this is how much roughly Claudia needs to save per year in order to get rid of the red in the plan at the end. Take into account that the software will not necessarily tell you whether or not the client can afford this figure. It will simply give you the amount. So if I look at her pre-retirement years, I can see that she has more than enough surplus income in the plan. So this might prompt a conversation about what is currently happening with this surplus income. Is it being spent? Is it going into a savings account? Where is this money going, and what we might do with it? So in this what if scenario where we save more, I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and I am going to go to the investment account that we have in the plan that currently has a balance of $10,000, but we're not making any contributions. Let's just say we take that figure, we bump it up just slightly. We're going to contribute $9,000 a year annually. I'm going to go to the timing. We're going to start those contributions now and end them at retirement. I also want to double check the growth rate I have set on this plan. So it's going to be 6%. And if I go back to the basics, I have a fee rate of 0.5. So that's going to be a net growth rate of 5.5. Now, if I click done, what I can see immediately from this suggestion is that we have gotten rid of the red in the plan. So we no longer have that shortfall expected. If I turn on the details, I can see that the software is using that taxable savings account, the general investment account in the early years, as well as Social Security, and then it starts to draw down Claudia's 401k. And if I go to the assets chart, I can see that she still has a little bit left over in the 401k at the end of the plan and the main residence. So if we go over to our Let's See chart view, we can compare these plans against each other, have a conversation with Claudia about how this plan might give her some more financial stability in the retirement years. And let's say, for example, that Claudia is a little bit hesitant to start saving now, but would like to start saving in about 5 years. So how would we help her with a suggestion for that? I'm going to do another what if. Save more in 5 years. We're going to create this plan, and I am going to go to our investment account, general investment, and we're going to start this timing to be in 5 years. So we're just going to double click in the gray. We're going to set that as our start event, and we're going to click done, and we can see that saving more starting in 5 years does give Claudia more financial stability than our original plan, but we do still have some shortfall in the last couple of years of the plan. So perhaps we need to do the insight again, annual savings for this plan, and let's see what the result is. So we need an additional savings of $1,100 a year. So we're going to go back to our investment account and we're going to add that amount in. And we're going to click done. So this is with Claudia saving $11,000 per year in pre-retirement. There's still plenty of surplus income in the plan and she is not experiencing any red. Let's go to our Let's See Compare Plans chart view and we can look at the base plan versus the Save More Now plan. We can look at the assets charts showing the difference between the two. And we can also look at the Save More in 5 years and see the difference between the two plans and how that might affect her financial stability in those retirement years. The next thing I would like to test is how saving all of this surplus might affect Claudia's spending power in the retirement years, giving her perhaps a better quality of life and a little bit more cushion in these years. So I'm going to do another what if where we save all surplus. I'm going to pick a copy of the base plan to do this off of. Looking at this one, there's a couple of different ways you can save all surplus in Voyant. The first way is to do it via your plan settings and the calculation settings option, but I want to be a little bit more specific about where these funds go. So I'm going to go to my plus button in the bottom right and set up a transfer. I'm going to do it from all surplus into Claudia's general investment account, and I'm going to do all available. I want to keep this transfer before paying expenses as no, because I do want the expenses paid in the plan, and I want to set this to be recurring. Now to timing, I'm going to start this now, and I'm going to end it at retirement and click done. So we can see now there is no red in the plan. If we look at the assets chart, we can see that Claudia has quite a bit left over at the end of the plan and plenty of cushion based on her current spending goals for retirement. So what could Claudia spend in retirement to spend her assets down to zero if she decided to go this route? We're going to go back to Insights, Retirement Spending, and I'm going to click Get Started. So we can see now her spending capacity has greatly increased in retirement from the $50,000 we were using in the other plans to $87,236. So this is just a quick way to give Claudia some ideas about some different things she might do to give herself some more security in retirement. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to us via support. You can click on the name of your client in the top right, request support, enter your question here, and share client access. Thanks for listening.